the inauguration of the railway. It was first at the Great Western Railway, the Great Midland, the Midland and Great Western, and later the place was taken over and called the Great Southern and Western Railway.
Wasn't.
Well, according to what they have,
They're wrong.
All right, doesn't matter. However, now I myself did travel on the line between Loughrea and Attymon some years ago, and it certainly. I'm delighted with the fact that they did not take up the line, like they did in other places, because here we have a very picturesque countryside, and certainly it's something that all tourists would like to see, as the landscape, etc., around here, and all the sound between mountains, between bog, etc., etc. It has a very nice place and lovely scenery, particularly in the summertime of the year. So we hope that this line from Attymon to Loughrea will be open again as soon as it is possible to do so. As the company at the moment, that's of the West of Ireland Steam Railway Association, it is their intention to run it, open it again from Loughrea to Attymon as a tourist attraction and something for tourists. How long did you travel on it in your time?
Well, I was never on it. It was closed in 1975. Now, one of the features of this railway was that it was the last mixed train where you would have passengers and goods travelling on the same train. It was also, I think, the last branch line in Europe in which a locomotive, an engine of any sort was used, whereas it is almost universal to have rail cars, almost like a bus on wheels on these lines. Now, we would envisage that the line would be reopened for passenger traffic by July the 1st, 1990, which is exactly 100 years to when it was opened first by the Midland and Great Western Railway Company on July 1, 1890. So far we've made some very good progress, but we need funds and we need members. Now, most Saturdays we have trips going out here. People come out and do some work on the line. Now, for those interested, they may contact the Galway numbers 21048 or 65812 for further details. We need people more. Well, we need funds as well, but we need people more than actual funds, as it's mostly hard work we need.
Well, I understand that ANCO also are lending a hand and with their apprentices to perform some work here for the restoration of the carriages.
That's right, yes. From June 1, there'll be a number of ANCO people out here on the youth employment scheme, youth work experience program, and they'll be here for 6 months, involved in restoration work, and we would envisage a situation where this state of affairs, that is, we would have ANCO people out here on these schemes, would envisage that situation to continue. We are, however, we are optimistic.
Well, I've noticed also here that you have a mixture of carriages, and also you have some of the old goods carriages.
Well, that's right. Now, some of the carriages here behind us, some of the carriages here behind us date from the last century, and they are in almost perfect condition. What a lot of them need is not major engineering restoration, or not major engineering reconstruction. What they need is soap, water, and a bit of paint.
Well, of course, they want to be cleaned up, definitely, but I notice that they are in very, very good condition. And there is there's a kitchen van there. It was where they used to get tea, etc. on the railway.
That's it, yeah.
Now, I travelled myself in the early days here on one of those, and I remember I was relating to a man in there where I saw one of the boys to split a bun in two and turn it up then and put it on the top of the water cylinder to heat it. Well, so I see that cylinder is still in there.
Well, I couldn't comment on that. I wouldn't want to know it.
Well, I witnessed it, you see, on that type of thing on the train there. Well, then you're not. Are those goods wagons? Are they just for show off now, or do you intend to use that as well?
We would intend to use the good wagons in some capacity.
Yes.
You know, they'd be handy if you were moving stuff from Dublin, bulky stuff that you couldn't get into a carriage. You know, you could arrange with CIE that they could stop here and we could tie up 2 or 3 of our vans that are goods train and bring up to Dublin and load it ourselves and then have it dropped off here at Attymon from some CIE goods train. But they would be those goods wagons would be for our own internal use mostly.
I see. Well, then, but do we understand that will be a steam train that will be on it?
That is envisaged. It is envisaged. Now, so far we have no steam power. Now, it is very ironical that the locomotives which performed on this line are no longer in existence. There were 12 locomotives. They were numbered from 551 to 562, and they were known as they were officially called the J26 class, but they were more unofficially called the 551 class.
Well, they were used exclusively, were they, between Attymon and Loughrea?
Oh no, they were built for these small country branches.
For the country branches,
yes. They were on most of the Middle and Western Railway's shorter branches. They also performed on the Waterford and Tramore Railway.
Yes, I remember those as well. I travelled on them also. So I know the type you're talking about now. But I remember to see in Waterford, between Waterford and Tramore.
That's it.
You see, we open coaches in the summertime going to Tramore, and they'd be packed with school kids.
They would, of course, yes.
And there was a hill on the line, you see, and the train would be so loaded that it could hardly go up there. We used to wonder, would it come back again?
Oh, it'll come back.
Well, however, and yet hoping now to go on with Anchor, are they starting immediately?
They're starting on June the 1st, hopefully.
June the 1st, hopefully. Yeah.
It is our business to provide materials for them. So if anybody has any materials which they believe could be used in restoration work, they should contact the 2 numbers I just gave, 21048 and 65812. Now, for those outside the Galway area, they are 091. They should contact those people with all information or help. I mean, like, no matter how small you might think, what you might have to give it is very helpful to us, as nothing will go astray.
Well, do I understand that it is from private subscriptions? Are you depending on that for the restoration, etc., etc.?
Mostly private subscriptions. Yes, yeah. yes.
There's nothing to be got from the government, no grants.
Well, you better ask the government that.
I'll see about that.
Yeah. I have to go now.
Right. Okay. Well, here she comes. Well,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you.
breakers, you do that.
Everyone back to the back of the platform, please. Hello, man. Shop order. That's Hannah. Do you know that? The other one? Yeah.
Hey.
Right from the edge, please. He's coming through in the right 2 knots. Keep back from the edge, please.
Yeah, that's it. It mightn't be working. You're doing a marvellous job, right?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a marvellous. I'll bring it up to you and you'll see it.
But I never thought, you know, if I had known something beforehand.
Sure I know of it. It wouldn't be as good.
No, because the tip is about water, but if I'm water.
Yeah,
You see, because I would, you see,
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole thing, like, you know.
But that's what you need, like.
You see, I knew the bloody thing. It doesn't just
Warmer now, yeah. That better.
look here.